Good morning, good morning. Already got the W spam going. Great. Morning guys, welcome back to the stream. Let's get into it. Okay. I don't know what happened to my trading view. I don't know what happened, but everything is smaller. So it's gonna be a little bit small for you guys. I'm not too sure what's going on here. I really don't know. I was just doing my breakdowns this morning and then all of a sudden everything went smaller. Like I was dragging one of these rectangles across and then just all of a sudden. So I don't know. I don't know how to reset it, but we're gonna have to deal with it for today. Alright, so just zooming out here a little bit on gold. So yesterday we broke below that 1955 level. The Bank of Canada actually raised their rates. A surprise rate hike. Just hold on. Oh, the trading view guru. Okay, cool. So we're back to normal size here. So the Bank of Canada yesterday did a surprise rate hike. They were... come on. They were meant to keep, or they were forecasting that they would keep rates the same. But they actually did a 25 basis point increase, just like Australia did on Tuesday, where they were also forecasted to keep them the same, but they did a 25 basis point increase. Now with all these central banks surprisingly raising rates, you know, that brings in expectations that the Fed may raise rates next week at the FOMC on Wednesday. So that's why we saw this move down on gold here, but I'm still bullish off 1940, 1935. I just think that at the moment we still have quite low volume, and I would not be surprised if we came back down to revisit these lows at 1940 before seeing something like this. You know, get that move down and then maybe continue up later in the day, or maybe even come down into like 1935 a little bit deeper here. So I do have potential buys marked up above 1947. Look, it would make sense to continue moving up. Let's see the 4-hour here on Oanda. Yeah, your 4-hour here closed bullish on Oanda. So if we do break previous 4-hour highs, definitely looks like we could continue moving up there. But like I say, just with this low volume, I don't want to take really aggressive entries. Just anticipating we keep on pushing and pushing up. I would prefer for us to come back into 1940, form support, and then get those buys. So that does leave us some range for the sells today. Otherwise, if I do take the buys above 1947, I'll probably need to see us close above there. So your previous 30 close bearish off of 1947 there. Had lots of rejections here. If we do break previous 4-hour highs, we definitely could continue pushing up. But like I say, I would like to see a closure above there. Then for GJ, we can see GJ is coming to these highs one more time. Just not enough volume to break above and continue moving up. So it does look like, you know, we could get some deeper pullbacks. I don't mind the idea of sells here on GJ, understanding that we don't have the volume to break higher. We could come down into 173 200, 173 flat. Other than that, for bars, I would need to see us breaking above 174 370. So we broke below the support pre-London. If we could get a pullback, resistance formed, then I could possibly look for the sells here on GJ. Otherwise, closures below 173 770. That leaves you some clean traffic moving down there on the hourly. I'm actually thinking about sell stops here on gold below this like 15-minute consolidation. You can have a really small stop, or even safer below 1945. But the thing is, with our previous 30-minute closing bearish, they're coming into pre-London time. We know that there's volume here. If you're not breaking above 1945, I do believe that volume has a higher probability of coming into the downside. Like I say, coming back down to these lows before then potentially moving on higher. So you got to be able to look at it from both sides, you know. I honestly have been more bullish off 1940, and we even have a 4-hour bullish candle closure off here. But just understanding how price moves, especially when volume is lower, it's very unlikely we come into this level one time and just see a strong rejection with this low volume. Also, just let's have a look at the DXY. DXY is actually breaking below 104. So still got a weaker dollar here. Just want to see how the 15-minute candle closes. If we do close nice and bearish on the 15, I'm going to look to maybe be a little bit more aggressive with sells. I'm going to go make some coffee, guys. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Morning, Cookie, what's up? Who's in the chat here? Ati, what's up? Good in you, bro. Yeah, good to have the boys in here.
Yeah, I'm still defrosting.
Yeah, I know, it's cold, eh?
It's fucking cold. I'm freezing my balls off, bro.
Anyway, gents, I'll be back now, eh?
Alright.
Cool.
Hey, good morning, gents. How are you guys doing?
All right in yourself, Bagger?
No, no complaints yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, fuck. I gotta be washing now, dude, because we're supposed to have power out from 9 to 4 today. They're doing like
Yeah.
maintenance on the lines.
Oh, yo, 94 is insane. Bro.
Yeah, but I don't know if it is going off because it's only like selected areas in Beacon Bay. But
Yeah.
I'm not taking chances. Fuck.
Just
Do you
put
just
your
want to read your... Say, go.
what the? Go old school, my guy.
Oops, just read your address out loud and we'll tell you if you have load shedding today.
It's for 8 Gokum Crescent, bro.
Oh, okay. We'll let you know how it goes. We always had a rave on stream that one day Connor's gonna say his address and people are just gonna start pitching up at his door.
Nah, fuck. No one must pitch up at my house, fuck. Unless she's pretty, then she can fucking come by all means.
Judging by trading in general, bro, I doubt she's gonna be pretty, bro.
yeah.
Or even
Can't
it's
get
a
a job,
question
so
if
they
it's
got to
gonna,
sit on the street, eh?
yeah, it's a question if it's gonna be a she.
Ooh. Don't say that.
Titanium 84. Honestly, be back now. He's just making a cup of coffee and then like explain why we're not going to be looking for sales below 1944.
Dude, I had my laptop open last night and I actually saw this move like playing out in the beginning where it like shot up and then started coming back down. And I was like, nah, fuck, you're not in your trading time. So I just closed the laptop. I don't want to get excited. Now this morning I woke up to this and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, so I was watching that 4 hour flip after yesterday that moved down to 42, but I was just like, this week has just been terrible. I'm really not going to sit here and fight this. It moved down clean, but
Yeah.
Perfect analysis, but yeah, this week is really difficult with the slow volume. So, because that's essentially been, except for Monday's move up, that's essentially been the only 2 clean moves in 4 trading days. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, no,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let this rock, let it do its thing. But it came down perfectly to that support at like 1948. Perfect bounce off of there.
Yeah. The thing is, I think I caught it when it was still in that like ranging area. Like it was quite a big move, but it was still like it hadn't broken that level yet. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna sit here like hoping. So let me just close this laptop and carry on with my evening.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're definitely going to get more aggressive once the direction clears up because, if you really want to think about it, we also we still are technically bullish for these lows of about 1940. So that's just something to also just take into consideration. Cool, these sales were on the cards and it played out well, but, is it the move that you really want to take? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can anyone explain why it's not a sell below 1944? Oh, if it's a sell below 1945, it's a sell below 1944. I marked my levels up of the candle bodies. Here we could adjust this level now to there. So yeah, this level 1945, also just a key psychological level. You can see right there. Also formed a resistance there on the 5th of June. One thing on GJ that I do want to keep in mind is that you know, we are still bullish on the higher time frame. The daily candle even closed bullish above resistance. So I don't want to lose sight of that, and that's why I'm going to be very careful here on GJ today, because this could just be a pullback here to possibly continue on higher. But like I say, what I'm seeing is at these highs we don't have enough volume to break up higher, and we could get some pullbacks. So that move up yesterday, if you're looking on the hourly, has left you some clean traffic to move back down. But you need to see some new structure here. So like I say, that retest of this previous support. Otherwise, even safer sells below this support here at 173, 770. And then once we actually break above the resistance here, the highs, that's really going to give us clean confirmations to continue on higher. I see the 15-minute candle closed. Okay, so we've closed bearish here on gold. As I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have sell stops on the break of all of these wick lows right here. We are still in consolidation above 45. But I'm anticipating that volume to come in because the tighter the range, the stronger the breakout. That previous 30-minute candle basically gave our confirmation there of resistance. So if we break the lows, we're obviously looking to continue moving down. And then you do have, you know, a little bit of range moving down. Not a lot, but we can see what happens at this support if you do come into this level. So I'm going to have these sell stops here at 1945.75. And if we break the highs here, then I will delete the sell stop. Another thing my system is doing here, instead of the @ symbol, it's giving me this. So I don't know what's going on with my keyboard there. Things are just going funky.
I think you've inverted it.
Yeah, it's inverted. It's
Yeah.
inverted because you see that like quotation mark.
Yeah.
So when I say @ when I click @ it gives me the quotation mark. But when I click the quotation mark, it gives me the @ So yeah, it is inverted.
Yeah,
even if I say hash, that's the hash key there. Gives me a pound symbol. I don't know what's cracking.
So I'll figure that out for you now. What is your stop loss going to be there?
Let's call it 1947.6.
Thank you.
can see this 5-minute range here just extremely tight. So yeah, if we do break out to the downside, you know, even if you were to break out to the upside, like I say, you could get those moves up, but I don't want to be too aggressive with the buys. I would like to be a little bit more patient. You could start to be more aggressive with the buys once we come back into 1940 possibly. Sorry, Jared, what's up?
Press FN and W.
FN, W. See if that worked. No. Never.
It work or not?
Mm-mm. FN
And W. It's FN's like on the bottom of your keyboard.
Didn't work.
It's like next to control.
Yeah.
You press control and W.
No.
Okay, cool. I'll help you out after stream.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I think we have to. I know it's right. It's just flip. Let's figure out opportunities in the
I know it'll probably just take a quick Google search, but I haven't got around to it yet.
Because I know with my keyboard, there's like because it's an external keyboard, there's like a settings program thing that it comes with. Then you can like swap the top keys to do like certain functions, or you can say like, instead of brightness up, open up trading view. And then like shit like that. Yeah. So I think what you did is you did a control key and then it inverted to another Windows system that swapped everything around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, mine's also one of those, like, you can set certain functions in that. But I haven't, like, what's the word? Like, consciously or purposefully change anything, you know?
Yeah.
If I change anything, it was by mistake. So I don't know how to do it back now.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe the worst one was running across your keyboard this morning before you started working.
Could be the cat. I don't know what it is with cats and laptops, eh? Like, they love sitting on a laptop. I don't know if anyone's noticed.
I think it's the heat, eh?
Even my laptop keyboard does that as well, though. Yeah, it's definitely the heat.
Dude, I've seen a thing with cats. Apparently, anything you're busy with, they'll sit on it if you're giving it more attention than you. It's like a thing that they do. So, like, you know, when you're reading a book as well, and they come sit on the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Weird things.
No, cats are something else.
Seven minutes until this 30-minute candle closes. Obviously, if we're closing bullish here, you know, that wouldn't be ideal for the sells. Still in this very tight range. I think which either way we break, it's probably gonna have some sort of volume coming in. Obviously, if we break to the upside, I will delete. Do you live in South Africa? Yes, I do, sir. What's up, Mr. Wayne? Is anyone still holding on sells after that stop hunt fake out yesterday? Please, brother. You must be holding cells from way up. I don't know, the way we're looking on the hourly, I could definitely see that move up. But like I said, I'm just not convinced with this low volume. But if we do break up and I don't get the trade, that's fine. You know, next week there's going to be a major opportunity. Well, I don't want to say major opportunity like that, you know, it's just, there's going to be opportunity next week. This week, it is what it is, low volume, you know. But next week things should clear up, should get some nice moves. 20 pip stop loss. Yeah, just about. Still respecting that resistance. Some peeps taking 100 pip stop loss, some peeps don't have a stop loss. Clean traffic if it breaks above. Yeah, no, there is, I know. If we do break above here, like I said, I want to see a closure above 1947. Maybe a candle closing above, and then forming support here to then continue up. I definitely don't want to do impulse entries on the break of this high just because of the low volume. You see, for the sell ideas here, we've already formed resistance on the 30-minute. We just need to see how this 30-minute candle closes, because if we're closing bullish, we are then invalidating this resistance that's been formed. Looks like we're about to break that high.
What is he?
What you say?
No, I said, why don't you just hedge it?
Bar stops, sell stops out of this range.
No, really.
Okay, so we've broken that high. There's 2 minutes until the 30-minute candle closes. So let's see, you know, if you happen to come back in the range and flip bearish in the next 2 minutes, I'll keep this in. But obviously if not, then I'll just delete. $100 pip stop loss yesterday. Jeez, that's mad. Why would you have 100 pip stop loss? When you're more focused on like day trading and scalping, 100 pip stops are really unnecessary. I could understand if it were a swing trade, you know? Yeah, no, it looks like I'll probably delete these sell stops here. Okay guys, so I'm going to delete these sell stops. Closed above that 47 level. Obviously are breaking into this new range here, so we could get that move up to like 50. You know, we got the closure above, like I say. Kind of what I wanted to see for buys, but I still want to be patient here. If we could maybe get a nice bottom wick retesting this level and then come and break the highs, or even wait for the 15-minute, see how the 15-minute closes. If we could close just a weak candle on the 15-minute, something like that. You know, let's say the 15-minute candle closed like that. Just a weak candle, and you're still respecting this level. Then I could look at the buys here. But I'm just quite hesitant with this low volume. If you flip bullish now, you could continue driving up. This is a setup I would normally take, but I'm just being extremely patient because, you know, we saw last time coming into that FOMC the low volume that we experienced. I don't want to get caught out in any of that. Also to the left here, there's definitely some level of resistance where price came into now. Yeah, we do have some rejections here at about 47.5. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna wait for the 15-minute. $100 pip stops. It's crazy. What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah. It broke up when you first spoke. I don't know. I think maybe the noise suppression like cut you out.
Get you.
You know what I mean?
No, I was saying, shucks, no, I said gold is pulling a Uno reverse card at the moment on you. That is
Yeah,
closed above the amount that's running back in this range.
maybe just a fake out. The most I have on gold is a 30 pip stop loss. I'll personally like most I'll go is maybe 50 pips. Maybe 60 pips is like the biggest I think that I've used.
This news is a bit different, but
Mm.
yeah, with if you just trading like normal day, like 30, 35 pips is all you need.
Yeah. Obviously it's always based on structure, but like generally that's what gold is providing, like 30 pips, 40 pips. I think New York session stops can get bigger, but I mean like if your stop loss is going to be 100 pips, then maybe just don't take the trade. Because for your stop to be 100 pips, logically, let's just think about this, okay? Your target, I don't worry too much about RR, risk to reward, but you know, it is a thing where over the long run you do want to have a good risk to reward. You don't want like a negative risk to reward. So you would need at least 100 pip target if you have 100 pip stop. But if not, if let's say your target's only 50 pips and you have 100 pip stop, over 100 trades, I think even if you are super disciplined to take like high probability trades, just with that whole risk to reward system, you know, you're probably gonna end up at best break even.
But I mean, for everybody, like top G, dude, that you're saying you blew your accounts and you pip stop, bro. That's more to do with you than him. I must admit, dude. Like if you're risking your whole account in a single trade, then I don't know.
Top G. G for gambler. But that's very true. I mean, at the end of the day, you come to someone's stream and you take their trade. They're not the ones clicking the buttons on your phone, you know? It's you who's placing that trade, so you need to take responsibility. So the way this 15-minute is sitting now, definitely interests me for the buyers. If we close like that, then I could look at on the next candle, buy stops on the break of the high. I don't want to enter on this candle on the flip. That wasn't my plan. I wanted to wait for the closure. You might just drive now that we're flipping, but yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Takes that trade and exactly from that price point it reverses 50-60. That's happened to me there. I've taken a trade and did like within minutes for this thing that you ran that one. It happens.
Yeah, it happens to everybody. It's happened to me too.
That's Like from some would say, the worst trade ever.
Yeah, there was one trade here on stream where I came in and it was early. It was so early. It was like just after the 4-hour open, and I'm like, cool, there's a setup. Sell stops. 2 minutes later, stop loss, and it's like, fuck, guys, I just started the stream like 10 minutes ago. Now what? You know, these things happen.
But even if you are a dumbass to go and put your whole account size, especially on somebody else's trade, like it's not even your code. And I mean, you didn't have to take this full stop with, you know, you could have closed out whatever. But, you know, that's the problem of sheeping. That's a problem relying on other people to trade for you.
Someone says 100 pips stop loss does not matter to a guy whose account size is 700k. Yes, sure, that's fine. But like I say, at the end of the day, it's just not sustainable. You know, you could take a trade like that for fun, but if you're going to keep taking trades like that, it's not a great idea. Just in terms of probabilities, doesn't really make sense.
Hey, but I'm now tired of this topic, the stop loss. So how's the weather down there where you live?
It's fucking cold, bro. Cold like the chat. Guys, at the end of the day, like, trading is not easy, you know. I think, yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just, let's keep the hate out the chat. Even when things don't make sense, just, it doesn't concern you. You know, at the end of the day, you should be focusing on your own journey. The guy's doing better than most of us anyway, you know. I don't know how he's defying like the probabilities for sure with the 100 per stop loss, but I mean, all respect to him. That doesn't make sense to me, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that I do that don't make sense to other people. So it works for you, it works for you. That's one thing that you have to accept with trading. Like, when it comes to talking to other traders and that, you're going to disagree on certain things. Doesn't matter. If you got something that works for you, then you shouldn't even feel the need to prove yourself or prove your point. You've got nothing to prove to anybody. If you've got the skill, then fuck, the world's your oyster. You don't need that validation from anybody. Through a voice drive setting up. Yeah, I think it paid to wait here for this 15-minute candle. This is pretty much what I wanted to see. So I think as long as we close above here, above 1947, then I'm going to look to have the buy stops here on the next 15-minute candle. We've got about 2 minutes to go. Stop loss here would be about 24 pips. I haven't set this order just yet. A minute to go until this candle closes. Nah, I don't like it. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I don't like it. I was hoping we'd close a slightly weaker candle there. I'm just not convinced. Days like this, you gotta be a little bit more selective. If it breaks the highs, drives up 100 pips, that's fine. Here's what it is. No bar stops. Deleted. I never set them actually. Not deleted. Just wait for volume. It's not ready yet. We get paid to wait. 100%. Well, it looked like there was volume there, but... And you know, you could still get the volume on the break of that 15-minute high. But I was hoping we would close with a smaller body than this, and we kind of came back right to this level. So I'm just not completely convinced. But I mean, if you've got the buy stops in there on the break of the high, you do have a decent stop here of about 20, 23 pips. And you've also got management points here on the break of the previous 15-minute low. About like 10 pips, 12 pips. I think the volatility will come in London Open for sure. Yeah, that might be the case today. Let's have a look at GJ. GJ actually forming that resistance there. My issue with GJ here is I don't like to take the pre-London trades on GJ, but there's that setup. You got the retest of this previous support. Nice resistance on the 15-minute there. Most volatile pair. Like most volatile instrument I can think of is probably US30. USD ZAR, I don't have experience trading it, so I'm not too sure. I know the pips on here are weird as well. Yeah, USD ZAR is volatile. rally for me, I would say US30. You know, here on US30, getting like 5-minute candles moving 100 points. I mean, this is all low volume as well. Salzburg GJ, look good, definitely. So yeah, we're actually breaking previous 15-minute lows here. So at this point, even if you had the bar stops in, I think at that point it's probably time to delete them. And now I'll also just adjust this level. If I do want to take bars, you'll probably have to break above this resistance here at 1947.69. 1 to 2 trades a day, Roger Bay. Yes, sir. GJ is a little bit messy with the hourly closing in 8 minutes. If you do close bullish on the hourly, you know, there's argument that you've now formed support. 30 minutes, looks like you may form resistance, and obviously that was my idea for the retest of that support and to come down. But personally, what I will wait for on GJ is the safer trades below 173.770. But I feel like gold is going to drop for more liquidity. That's my feeling as well. That's my feeling. Like, I'm bullish off 1914. We came into that level, even close bullish on the 4-hour, but just with this low volume, I found it very difficult to actually see us continuing, you know, back up here with nice volume. I don't think we're going to have that volume to continue on up today. So I feel like if there is a move, you know, we could potentially come back down into these lows again before then seeing that buying pressure coming back. That's kind of just what I've got in the back of my mind here on gold. And you know, if that doesn't play out and we do just continue up, that's fine. I'm not in a rush to take anything today, even tomorrow. You know, if I don't take another trade for the rest of the week, it's fine. Next week it's gonna be popping off. Next week's going to be wild.
It's going to be an interesting.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting hourly close.
Yeah, if we close bearish here on the hourly on gold, I could potentially look at those sells one more time.
Morning.
Morning. What's up?
No, not much. I'm just on the Zoom here. I'm outside, chilling, waiting for my sister.
Alright.
She's about Mary
So,
Cross and going towards my. Yeah, no, it's my what do you call it? My nephew. My nephew, eh? My sister's kid.
Yeah. Your nephew.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my,
Oh,
yeah, that's my
Uncle.
nephew. He just got some, I think he's got flu or something, I don't know. But yeah. So I'm just chilling, waiting. But I wanted to see how much data this thing would chow if I'm on Zoom. That's why I just came.
Mm.
Bro, is that
Zoom doesn't take a lot.
Nakana?
Okay.
Is that Ati that I see here in our
Yeah,
members?
it's Ati.
Yeah.
Gorilla Ati.
Yeah.
What's that?
Big man.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see Ati's flipping
What's up,
massive.
T?
Like and you, my guy?
I'm always good, bro. Always good. It's good to see you around now.
Yeah, my guy. I had to come to the party.
Yeah, I mean, you've been missing out, so never too late to join.
Really, I've been missing out on a lot, my guy.
Yeah, at least you're here now, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's time. It's time now.
Oh, wait.
It's time.
Yeah, X-Draken is bigger than me.
Nah,
Huh?
no one's bigger than you, Jared. Yo, Ati, have you seen this FFF trader oak, bro? It's like
No,
massive.
he's fucking.
Massive.
Jared, you don't know what you're dealing with, dude.
Dude, 3'7", but 180 kilos.
Fucking
Man's a
straight
cinder
round
block.
fat, bro. Yes, this bowl of fat. We'll never take you up a mountain, Jared, because if you fucking trip, bro, I'm not fetching you at the bottom.
Jeez.
He's like,
Jeez.
No, but Jared, have you seen Ati, bro? You've never seen it. Obviously,
No.
I can say, yeah, thing's fucking big, dude. Oh,
Like, dude,
but
I
a
don't know
a
if,
proper gorilla is what you can compare him to, dude. That's what I compare him
dude,
to.
I really want to scope a photo of this brand out. Does he have an Instagram?
wait, I'll send it. I'll just send you the thing on
Oh,
down
wait,
the chat.
shit.
Just go to that. Seven.
Con, I joined as you said this is what you're looking for on gold, so I kind of missed, but you're still looking for the same sell stop, so just waiting for hourly close.
Yeah, just waiting for the hourly close.
There it is, Jared.
Oh, wait, shit. Thank you, brother.
There's
You
my
know when Lucas says somebody's big, bro.
That is big, bro. Trust.
Well, I'm slowly getting back, bro. Fuck, I've fallen off the wagon.
Yeah, but I mean, you've been at it a long time. Same as Connor, bro. Both of you actually been gymming for a long time. So even if you stop it and you get back into it, it
Bro,
comes real.
Ati was like twice my size now when he was like 17.
No, but fucking Ati's had
Dude, I
genetics.
have met this oak, bro.
You've met Ati.
Yes, dude, I
Where?
met him at Justin Bezadenot's
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Hey, what are the chances?
Now
What
I
are the
remember.
chances, bro?
You were still selling cars at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you not go to Costa?
The one
You
time
know-
Jared comes to town, bro, he meets the people. That's
He meets
just in the
everyone
membership.
except me.
Oh, shit. Ati, you still in town, bro?
Huh?
Are you still in town?
Yeah, I'm in Korea. Not Korea.
Wait. I don't know. And is your brother still also in town, eh?
No, he's in Cape Town now.
Did he go study in Cape Town?
Yeah, he's studying in Cape Town.
Fuck
He's
me,
studying in
bro.
Cape Town. What's he
I
studying?
still
again?
remember.
think
I
he's doing
remember,
business
bro.
management.
Your brother and Carl got pulled over in the Murph, bro, in Beacon Bay, and they were like 16, 15, and they went to the police station still. Who got
You
them
know
out?
what those fuckers did?
Goodness.
Yeah, what?
Those fuckers. Let me tell you this story time, Jess. These
They try to
fuckers,
run, bro.
bruh, they're coming from Hemingways. I don't know who's this Indian, bruh, who was driving
De
a
Niro.
boat. Yes, that guy. That nigga.
I don't know if I should mute these
Beacon Bay,
guys.
so they're off ramping. They're off ramping into Beacon Bay. So this guy is like, come, let's go.
Their own sibling.
PG. Yes, sis. Okay, chat. These gold cells are looking nice. We're about to close here in 30 seconds, so sorry, gents. I just want to lock in here.
But that was hectic, dude. Shit.
Nah, I cracked it in, bro. I loved it. And I still had to go get his ass out of the police station.
Okay, so what I'm looking at is on the hourly time frame here. Looks like we're about to close bearish. Forming resistance. Your 30-minute is very nice, strong bearish there. We're seeing some volume in that candle. So sell stops on the break of previous 30-minute lows. Stop loss above the highs for about 20 pips. So I'm probably just going to manually execute right here. Yeah, guys, I'm getting in right here. Stop loss above the highs at 1948, let's call it. Here.
Yeah.
Late there. I just want to confirm that stop loss. I'm going to have it at 1948.2. And we're anticipating this volume to continue on down to the lows at 1940. Actually also going to 48.2. Going to have a final TP at 35. Let's see if we can come down into those lows again. Okay, we need to break this 45 level nice and cleanly. What I'm seeing on the dollar is you also closed nice and strong bullish there on the 30-minute hourly, forming support around this 104 level. And you've got a gap to fill as well. You know, we could come up for that gap on the dollar. And like I say, all of those little factors just feed into that idea of not having the volume to continue up on gold yet, coming back into these lows. So let's see how it goes.
Let's go gold.
Fucking Jared's best friend. Connor, I know we technically don't have a sentiment driving us right now, correct?
I think just coming off yesterday's news. No,
So sentiment would be bearish then, but if we had to claim there's a sentiment driving us, it would be bearish, not?
I would say that direction is not great right now. Just looking at the price action, I think it makes sense to come into the lows. But like higher time frame, I'm still bullish above 1940. So this is kind of like, I don't quite say counter trend, you know. Right now, obviously the intraday trend, just looking at like this, looking at like the last day or so's price action, I would say that we are bearish, but above 1940 I'm more bullish. I just see the setup here to come back into these lows.
Okay, sure.
Wow, someone's not happy with gold.
Wow, YouTube chat.
Yeah.
What happened?
Just man's busy swearing there. Must be from Australia. Yesterday I got
Luke,
effed hard trading gold. Should stay away from that C word gold.
man, upped his risk for that one trade, bro, and got fucked. Oh. Can you up your risk when you have something to? No, let me not say that because it's gonna make people not understand. When you have profits to use, then use it.
It's not even a good way to go about it. When you have profits, go pay your bills at home and get risky on fucking off.
Yeah, like the one thing is that I've like fallen victim to before. Not victim, but like the mistake I've made is like feeling like the profits for the day are not like your capital and you can trade it away. Or like when you're floating in profit, you know, that equity, like if you close it out, then that's your capital. So your profit that you're in, or the profit you make for the day, don't go and like risk that on another trade. You know, you still got to have that same mindset of okay, like I need to preserve my capital.
I understand what you mean. Like, if you started the day off with like, I don't know, it's 31,000 and you make like 600 bucks, you think, okay, it can really be the worst idea if I'm back to 31,000. So let me just risk this 600 bucks times 5. I get what you
Mhm.
Yeah, but I didn't mean it like this, eh? I meant like after like a month or two, if you up by like 15%, then cool. You can maybe up your risk from a 2% trade to maybe like 2.5%. That's all I meant. I didn't mean like
Oh, yeah,
fucking
but
make
that's-
1,000 rand today, risk the whole 1,000 rand to make 2,000. No, didn't mean like that.
Yeah.
We're
Look
not
at your
beginners,
profits,
yeah.
man.
Please,
And then you're
Jared.
like, you know, if
Jared,
I
I
just
know we
opened up
sing
like
Let's Go Gold. Doesn't mean we're beginners, okay?
No, but I'm saying, when you look at your profit month and then you're like, okay, if I risk this all on a 10 pip stop loss, think about the upside.
You know what may upset me this morning, bro, which doesn't make sense to me. So after I dropped my sister by the doctor, I went to, you know, these like sponsor shops that they have everywhere. I went to the sponsor shop, bro, because my son's got a money box with coins and shit in, obviously. So I want notes. So I'll take the coins and I ask the guy, do you want, my son has a money box, do you want coins? And he give me notes. And he says, no, I don't have any coins. So I say, exactly what I'm fucking asking you, do you want coins? He's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. And I walked out, bro. Like I said to him, you're a fucking idiot. And I walked out. Dumb, dude. Like, you tell me you don't have coins. I'm offering you coins. You're just... No one loses, no one makes, dude. But yeah, no. Yeah, I was upset, dude, from something so dumb. Yeah.
Like I say, guys, this 1945 level, I do want to see us breaking below here. To just feel a little bit more comfortable in the position. We want to see these lows being broken. The idea was we saw volume in this 30-minute candle, so on the break of those lows, anticipating the volume to continue. But if we don't get that push to break below this area, we need to just be careful. So that's why I'm keeping an eye on the 5-minute here. You know, to just see how we are reacting to this 45 level. We could always come create a steeper top wick on the hourly as well. But yeah, with those rejections and seeing that volume come in, I'm not too concerned about that. Just gonna keep an eye on, stay locked in. I don't have a break-even point necessarily. Just going to see how the candles are forming here.
Hey, Con, I think you
Yeah.
need to start charging, bro, for those newsletters you send out. Those things are too much information to be free.
And it doesn't seem like everyone reads them.
What? Oh, because of the questions and stuff.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I
No,
didn't
but
read your last one.
it's part of the free stuff for the community.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
I know. I get it. I'm just
I
saying it
enjoy
holds that
doing
much
them.
value. Yeah. Yeah, no, I didn't read your last one. That's why when Wayne answered about the blackout and stuff, I asked Wayne, where did you get that from? And then he said from your newsletter, and then I saw it when I went to go look at it. It's just your last one I never read, and then you asked those questions, and then I was like, what? And then me and
Yeah,
Wayne had a laugh.
that was the
Wayne says,
one
yeah,
like answer I wanted to see, that Fed blackout, because that was literally the name of the newsletter. So I was like, if nobody says that in their three reasons, then
Wayne was telling me he's done for the day in the morning because he made $50 without even placing a trade. So we're
yeah.
like, cool, done for the day. Pack up the books. Oh shit.
Last one, Wayne, TP hit.
Oh no, I don't laugh when I saw Wayne on that. I was like, shit, I should have entered as well.
That's not fair, Jared. You're not allowed to be involved. That's
Jared
like,
could win his money back that he's donated yet to the stream.
bro, that's like asking the math teacher for the math answers when you're out a test, dude. That's cheating.
No drawdown.
No drawdown.
Got another trade, no drawdown.
What's your exact entry, Con? How did you get in on?
45.55. Probably be a
So
lot
only
lower
like
than this.
2 pips, yeah. So just 2 pips lower than your actual sell stop before.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also have to market execute, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just got some mouth with it. 45.45.
45.55. 45.4. Yeah, I'm at 55. Stop loss at 48.2. Want to see us break these lows. And then?
Wayne says, only because you have a small mouth. That it's about. Oh, God. I'm done, bro.
What is he talking about?
That I said that 45.45 is a mouth. It's a hard number to say. It's a small bar. That's yeah.
These lows are actually your previous 4-hour lows as well. If we're looking here on Ovanda. Ovanda's 4 hours the same as my broker, so I like to just look at the Ovanda 4-hour. So yeah, once we break there, should be good here. Got my TP set at 1935. That is some way away. But definitely looking to take off some profit at 1940. Okay, there we go, breaking those lows. So I would like to really see a push now. Got 45 minutes until London Open. So it would be ideal to be coming into the lows even before London Open to secure some of the position. We'll just have to see how this volume is coming in. Close on the 15-minute there. We do have a baby bottom wick. Yeah, so at least 15 minutes closing now strong, bearish, closing below 1945. Suppose if you want to have a break-even point, just for peace of mind, 1942, this structure right here makes sense. So yeah, let's call it 1942 will be my break-even point. What is the background music? Jared, didn't you say there's a way to see at the end?
Yeah, if you check at the end of the stream, and you go and watch back one of the replays, then it'll say like this song is playing now. So if you go to like yesterday's stream, you'll see that it'll show you like this song's playing now when you scroll down on the video. So just timestamp it and then go see what the name of the song is.
Yeah, so just see what the timestamp is and then you can have a look after the stream. Should show up.
And then you see the timestamp, there's a little clock above Connor. It's 8:18. And you can go and just check what song.
I don't know what a break-even point is, and I would like to understand the rationale for entering this trade. Was it because of a specific time frame candle close? I see that you enter the short slightly above horizontal level you had drawn. Yeah, so break-even points is just where I'm looking to move my stop loss to my entry. So once price comes into that level, that I've set out as a break-even point, 1942. You know, there is some level of minor support there. So it's just an area in price where, you know, you could even look to take off some partials there. But once we come into that level, you know, if we do get a reaction and we form support and then we start to move back up, then I want to not be losing anything on that position. So I would move my stop loss to my entry. That's the idea behind the break-even point. And then the idea behind the sells here. Yesterday we had the Bank of Canada doing a surprise interest rate hike. On Tuesday we had the Reserve Bank of Australia doing a surprise interest rate hike. So what this means is now all of these central banks doing these surprise rate hikes leaves the door for the Fed to possibly raise rates next week. You can see that the probabilities here of the Fed raising rates next week has actually slightly increased, and that's what brought strength to the dollar yesterday and caused that sell-off on gold. Now, I've been saying as long as we're holding above 1935, 1940, I'm still bullish on gold. And you can see that, okay, this is not loading. Forgive me. And you can see that the 4 hour here actually closed bullish off 1940. But what I was saying is that I don't think that there's enough volume for us to just see one tap into this level and continue moving up. I don't think there's enough volume to continue on here. So I was waiting for that resistance to form. We can see this hourly candle close. We had a nice rejection to this 1947, which I saw to the left. There were some rejections there. And just the volume in this 30 minute, that 30 minute also engulfed a lot of this traffic to the left. And the idea was once we break that previous candle low, even though we haven't closed below this 1945 level, I'm anticipating that volume to drive us below 45 and back down to the lows. So I got in there on the break of that previous 30 minute candle low, anticipating that volume to come in. So yeah, we're seeing that volume, which is what I like to see, but obviously we'll just monitor this on the way down. It's looking pretty good. 30 minute candle is about to close in 7 minutes. Obviously when there's a new 30 minute candle opening up, you know, we can get like a top wick on the new candle, so we could see some pullbacks. So these are just things we need to take note of. You know, when the new 30 minute opens up, you may pull back to 1945, form that top wick, and then I'm still looking for us to continue on down to 1940. On the slight chance we break below 1940, because you'll notice that's pretty much the daily candle flip as well. If we are breaking below 19, or we're coming into 1940 with volume, and we break there is range down to 1935. I've got my TP. But looking to take off the majority of the position at 1940. Should we move the stop loss to the entry? Personally, I haven't just yet. You can move it, depends on your plan. Good answer, DJ, very good answer. Completely depends on your plan.
Solid explanation.
Pardon, Jared?
That was a solid explanation that you gave now about the break even and everything.
Short. No worries, Tony. Is there a relation between UJ and gold? I've noticed that when gold sells, UJ buys and vice versa. Well, yeah, UJ and gold are very similar in the sense that it's both the dollar to a safe haven asset, yen being a safe haven, gold being a safe haven. But with relation to gold, gold doesn't have monetary policy. The yen has the Bank of Japan, which has monetary policy, which could affect what's going on there. But right now, the Bank of Japan has got more of a dovish monetary policy, whereas the Fed is still more hawkish. They focus on fighting inflation. And with these other central banks raising rates, now there's a higher probability that the Fed raises rates next week as well. So we could say that right now the markets are possibly pricing in a more hawkish Fed. So you'll see against a currency like the yen that the dollar will be stronger right now. So right now the correlation between gold and the yen probably would be very much the same. Or inverse, should I say. Obviously yen, UJ and gold will be like inverse, like you say. If gold is selling off, UJ will be moving up. I wouldn't look at it as like a one-to-one. You know, if you're wanting to trade the yen, if you are wanting to see correlations, rather have a look at the dollar index. See, okay, what's the dollar doing? What's the sentiment here on the dollar? Right now, I would say that we are overall ranging. But you know, we are coming off this bullish trend. Yeah, there's no clear direction on the dollar right now, but we're still holding above 104, which is just like a key level. And then you can also look at maybe the yen index. See, okay, what is the yen index doing? Is the yen weaker here, stronger here? You can see right now, okay, we are trending more bearish on the yen. If the dollar is still holding above, you know, some of those key levels, not breaking that bullish structure, but yen is bearish, it makes sense for UJ to be moving bullish. I wouldn't necessarily look at gold for UJ trade ideas, but rather look at actually, you know, the dollar and the yen.
Because to find trade ideas on UJ, you must look at UJ.
Yeah,
To find trade
I was
ideas in
about to
gold,
say,
you
if
must
you
look
want to
at
have
gold.
I was about to say, if you want to look for trade ideas on UJ, look at U and look at J. Don't look
Yeah.
at gold.
Because I think you can always bullshit yourself into finding a correlation. Today, the Mexican peso is going up, so that means gold must go down. You just, you know, like, just look at what gold is doing. Is gold up or is gold down? You don't need to correlate it with 72 other pairs. There will always be correlations, but is it direct, indirect? Is it just price moving?
Yeah, that's
Majority of the
very
time, it's
true.
just price moving.
Yeah, there will be times where it correlates, but it's like, how much does it like really matter? You know, some days you'll see on the stock market, the stock market will be selling off, and you'll see gold moving up at the same time. And we saw that with like FOMC, where I was actually expecting gold to be a little bit more bearish with some of the hawkish statements the Fed made. But instead, the stock market was bearish and gold ended up being bullish because there was that outflow from equities into gold. But now, like, does that correlation really mean much if you just trade in gold? I suppose it's interesting to see, and it helps you to adapt, but, you know, it's not a correlation that's always going to be there. NZD TRR, what's TRR, brother?
I feel like I know. Beats me. Yeah. But yeah, no, you could find correlation between anything. Really, really kind of good one.
Mm.
But I think also a lot of the time when people are looking for correlations, they're looking for correlations because their current pair isn't going their way. So they're in the buyers and selling off. And they're like, no, but you know, UJ is going up. So that means that gold's just having a liquidity grab and then it's going to go. Just accept price what it is. Don't just have these ridiculous stop losses and just think everything's going to be right or whatever the case may be. Just take it. If it's breaking support and you don't feel comfortable holding at that support, either close half or close out. Simple as.
Yeah, I think that's facts here. I think guys do that. I've experienced that before, back in the day.
I've done that.
You know, where you're in a trade and it's like it's not going your way, and you're just trying to find every reason under the sun that it could possibly go your way.
I remember with news and stuff, what I used to do is I used to log on in the mornings and I check an economic calendar and I'm like, right, there's bad news coming out today. We have to buy gold. And the whole day I am spamming that buy button for gold, even though it's selling off. And I just wouldn't have a better EU, NZD, or what the hell is that? Turkish lira.
Check that spark. Check that spark.
Wow.
Fucking hell.
That's the stuff dreams are made of.
That's ridiculous. That's insane. This is like crypto.
Are we going for the wick?
Wickful.
Are we going for the wickful?
Yeah, it looks like it. These sparks are
down.
wild. But check that happen all the time.
It's the payment that time. It's the cure for poverty. It's just doing wickfulls.
I wonder if there's a... So... You. This beast. Let's see this thing. Check these wicks. Imagine trading this. Oh,
Dude, only.
yeah, saw to the
like,
moon.
Bro, that looks like trading without my glasses on, bro.
Looks like a caterpillar.
Bro, literally. I'd say this, but that chart is fuzzy. Yeah.
Caterpillar pattern. Okay, so 30-minute candle, like I said, we could get that top wick. We're pulling back to that 45 level. We've got no bottom wick on the current 30-minute. So that does give me some confidence here that we'll come back down, flip bearish. Makes perfect sense to pull back, get that top wick. But it also makes perfect sense to flip and continue driving bearish here. We've got no bullish candle closures. So just gonna hold off for now. $60 more people to hit 5k subs. Let's go.
Shit, you guys are almost there, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
That's an accomplishment. That's a lucky one.
Yeah, that's a big one. 5K. It's crazy.
Well done, dude. Look.
Shot, bro. Appreciate it.
100K coming.
One of these days.
Just start
Just sorting
snowballing,
out the
though,
dog.
I reckon.
Yeah?
Sorry, I was just sorting out the dog, so I missed what you guys said in the last couple minutes.
Oh, no worries. Nothing important. Just talking about the channel coming up to 5K subs.
Let's go, Connor Abrams. Let's go.
There's your shirt for 5K.
It's a hard being a parent. Sure.
I was just sleeping. Interrupted.
She knows that I'm busy, bro, and then she just wants to flipping do everything in the world. And then as soon as I'm like, okay, now I'll play with you, then she's dead tired. Makes no sense.
You just gotta start taking her for runs.
I did, bro. Yesterday I took her for a run last night, and then she fell asleep as soon as we got home. And then when I fell asleep, she decided, okay, now's my time to put on a performance.
Dude, I saw yesterday there's someone giving away Labradors for free in Bloemfontein.
Dude.
All females. 4 females that need to go.
Bro, please send me the number.
Oh wait, let me check if this guy still got on his status, dude, and I'll send you a screenshot.
Shit.
What is the reason for selling? Just hopped on, bro. I think you must go back to the beginning of the stream. I already just did another explanation for someone, so I'm not gonna go over it again. Okay, guys, so we are pulling back here. Like I say, my hourly candle on my broker doesn't have a top wick. So I could come and get that top wick, but the current 30 has no bottom wick, so I'm still anticipating this candle to flip bearish. We've just come and retested this 45 level. Still very early into this new 30 minutes. But we also have London open in about 23 minutes. So I really want to see the rejections here of 45. Obviously get to that break-even point. But this is very normal, you know, break, retest, looking to continue on down. If you're uncomfortable as you come back to the entry, then, you know, you can take off some of your position or close out at break even. I'm personally happy to let this do its thing. I like this volume we've seen to the downside here. Still believe there's range down to 1940. John Wick and Diamond Hands.
See, old Joe Rogan did a podcast yesterday with that creator of John Wick.
Oh yeah. Who is the creator? Not that I really know like, movie directors or anything. Just know Keanu Reeves is the actor.
I haven't even watched what do you call it? John Wick yet. His name is Chad Deshalecki. Deshalecki.
Hmm?
Oh, dude, but what I love about Rogan's podcast is Monday as an astrophysicist on Tuesday as a drug addict. There's very little in between.
Could even just be retesting this range from earlier.
I completely forgot we got load shedding at 9, dude.
Corpse, I was connected earlier on when you gave your address to the whole world, bro.
Dude, I felt so dumb when Jared was talking to me. I was like, how would this work? No, let me just give it anyways. And then after I said it, Jared started laughing. I was like,
Wait, did you,
Yeah, I
is
was
that your
busy
real
making my copy,
address?
and then I heard Jared ask that. I'm like, no, don't ask Corpy that. He's not fucking. He didn't say it.
dude, as soon as I said it, I was like, damn it.
Is that your real address, Gonki?
Dude, I did because
What's coming up to you now can come to you now. I hope you
bro,
I hope you didn't piss anyone off, dude.
nah, dude,
just
I'm a
watch
cool
what you say.
Dude, I was also doing washing, so I wasn't really thinking. I was throwing the washing in the washing machine, talking to Jared.
The South African John Wick is coming for you, my G.
Nah, dude, I don't think I've wronged anyone, This is my thought. Nah, Jared, well done, you got me.
Jeez, I really didn't want to get you Gonki. Oh my god.
15-minute candles closing in 2 minutes. If you are closing very strong bullish like this, then it's probably best to manage the position. We are just retesting this area from earlier on. It was basically our support there of that lower time frame range, and we saw resistance there yesterday as well. Just came up to create a top wick for the hourly. Yeah, if we can just show signs of rejection to here, I'm going to be fine holding this, but it's not nice to see the 15 closing so strong bullish here.
What you training today, Connor?
Legs today.
No way, like
I was
so.
actually meant to train legs yesterday, but I was so busy. I got
Oh,
physio at like 11, so I'll probably go Yeah, I don't know. I'll see. Might even go tonight. Right, so a 15-minute close right at that area of interest. I'm gonna hold off from doing anything just yet. My idea is that this is just a top wick for the 30-minute candle. So if we can respect this general area right here, you know, we could obviously still come back down, revisit these lows, because we had a break and retest of this 5-minute support. Just need to see us obviously respecting that area. Stops are in a nice safe place here above that previous hourly high. And if this hourly candle in the next 13 minutes can just close bearish, then at London Open could look to at least fill this wick. Yeah, that push up is not nice. Hourly candles also flipped bullish, so that's quite tough. Stops are in a safe place here. I think if you did want to manage the position, it was on that bullish 15-minute closure. I haven't done anything here. Still got my full position in, but it's not looking great.
Can't have you got your stop loss at 48.2 on MetaTrader?
Yeah.
Okay.
30-minute has a tiny wick on MetaTrader. Mine doesn't. Obviously nice to see this 15 flipping back bearish. If our 5 minutes closes like that now, there you go. Very nice rejection there. So we're looking to come back down now. Like I say, basically that retest of that area. Still not out of the woods. I would like to be back below 45 here before London Open. In fact, I would love if the 30-minute could flip back bearish before London Open. But yeah, we'll see how we open up. I think if your hourly candle closes bullish at London Open, I'm going to close my full position immediately. So we've got about 9 minutes. Need to just stay on the ball when we do come to the open. As long as we're holding 100 pip stop loss, we're okay. Possibly. Guys, I'm gonna be right back. Jared, are you here?
Yeah, dude, I've been muted, but I've been having a conversation with you for the last 5 minutes.
Oh my word. Chop. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the toilet.
Yeah, but I'm
quick.
here.
I'll be a minute.
No stress.
Chop.
Bro, I'm trying to connect this laptop to my hotspot on my phone just before load shedding at 9. But I'm not coming right.
Is it giving you like a connection error? I don't know what happened to Cookie there.
Next.
Oh, yes, it's been.
Do you have that as a?
Yeah, he's breaking like a motherfucker.
No.
He's
I think
cranky.
maybe his
Now I'm stressed.
his internet died or something.
Yeah, well, they probably got to him.
Yeah. Yo, he gave away his address and now they're breaking in. Just no way. And I don't know, bro. I was commenting on the 15 minutes. I was like, bro, this is what I think, like all of that different stuff. And then, yeah, I don't know. Just
Yeah.
wasn't working.
I don't know, dude. I'm just chilling. I don't know. I'm just wait. Well, I mean, look, we literally rejected 1947, and I think that's the next order. Yeah. So I really do, and we passing what 1945, or we heading towards 19. So as long as we flipped bullet. and we had like this nice rejection here on the 15-minute time frame. I think we're still gonna head down to the 1940s.
Yeah, no, I definitely also think so. I think that 47 was a very key rejection point. As long as we stayed below that high from the 15-minute this morning, that there was potential for buys. There at
Yeah.
about 47.7, we should be good.
Yeah.
And structurally, we're still sound.
Yeah, 100%. No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one.
Because the hour is still bearish, so if we get an hourly close bearish, it's going to be good. Like Connor said a little bit earlier, I was agreeing with him, and that's not really, just this guy's not listening to me today.
Yeah, let's give it some time. Let's give it some time. I think throughout this London session, it could just push to 1940s. And then like sit there until like New York session, and maybe we might just get a Bursa spike going up. Never know.
It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah. But I do know one thing though, if you missed that 1940 entry going up, shame on you.
Did you have your earphones in while you went to the bathroom?
Oh, for fuck's sakes, I'm muted now. I'm also wondering, why these guys ignoring me? Yeah.
It's hard
No,
life.
I was just saying, you know, we had this bullish structure and then you kind of just ranged a bit. You formed these lows right here. And then we formed a new low. We broke all of these lows. We came back to retest the structure. Formed a new lower high. You know, it just structurally, this looks very nice. But yeah, I agree. Looks good to come down into 1940 for London session. If we do break 1940 with volume, I could see us even pushing down to 1935. But then, like you say, from those levels, you know, I want to be aware that we could get those bars setting up.
Yeah, 100%.
Letting these diamonds.
Diamond hands.
Bro, how can I connect this laptop to my phone?
What phone are you using?
I've got an iPhone.
Well, then you need to go to settings, bro, and then go into your personal hotspot. If you're gonna try to connect it, like sliding down and then switching on your hotspot through the shortcut, it's gonna give you a problem.
I don't know. I'm trying to do Bluetooth. Will that work?
Nah, just go to your settings. Well, leave your Bluetooth on
Google
and
it,
just go
copy.
to settings and go to hotspot. Because my phone does that. My phone does the same thing too sometimes. If the shortcut is not working, so I just go straight to settings.
Oh wait a sec. I'll check it out now. Short.
Yeah.
So the 15-minute con, if you check, they were coming into that initial line supports at 45.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I want us to close below there at the open. I think as long as we close bearish on the 15, it's not looking bad, but it's going to be much safer if we actually close below 45. Would be ideal if the 30 could actually flip bearish before the open, but you got 1 minute, so what are the chances? Probably quite low.
Okay, well, it's still pushing down, so
yeah. So by the looks of things, hourly is still bearish here, which I'm very happy with. 15 minutes also looking nice and bearish. We discussed that lower time frame structure. 5 minute looks clean. It's only really the 30 minute that's not lining up, and we don't have a bottom wick on this 30. So we should at least come down to the lows. Very high probability we at least come down to, you know, 43 here. Close below 1945. 15 minute there looks good. Hourly looks good. So at least looking to come down into these lows. And then we'll see what happens. Could potentially just go break even once we break below the previous hourly low at 1942.8. So I'll just keep that in mind.
No.
Obviously it does make sense to make a top wick on the new hourly, so just got to see how the new hourly candle's opening up. And we just got to be careful if the lower time frames are closing above 1945. But this looks nice. Emoji's kind of sus. Would you not look at 5 minute for entry here? I'm already in the position. I got in before London Open already. I don't really like this price action on the 5, how we are respecting the support. But this could still very well just be the top wick for the hourly. Coming to tap this zone one more time as the top wick there. DXY in parallel channel. What on earth is that? Not loving the 5 minute here. If you want to save yourself about 10 perps, you could even move the stop loss to above the previous hourly high. Don't really want to see us break that previous hourly high. I'm in the hands here, Ned. We'll see how this 15-minute candle closes. If we are closing bullish on the 15 above this 45 level, then I'll probably close my full position. We had that volume coming in earlier. You know, we've had a nice pullback. If we're not pushing back down to the lows, just ranging, then anything can happen here. Previous 15 was nice and bearish, so obviously I would like to see this current 15 flipping bearish. But if we're closing bullish, the probabilities of us continuing down are just becoming very low. We only eat like lions here, or we don't eat at all. Yeah, exactly. I think I was very patient for this idea earlier on. It was a bit tricky with what was going on earlier, but we saw that volume start to come into the downside. Definitely still got range down to 1940. So yeah, as long as the 15 flips bearish, then we're looking very good still. Nice rejections there too, about 46.5. Saw those rejections earlier.
If we could flip bearish again on this current 15, we should be good here. What are your thoughts on trading into that low that was created at 43.1 slash 43 flat?
Yeah, I think there's quite a high probability you push into that level. And then I was thinking if we break, or if we come into that level, or if we break the low, I could go break even there. So I'll just see how we're coming into that level.
I like that.
Yeah, let's see this 15 minute. There's 2 minutes left. These 2 minutes are gonna have to do the most. We're just basically trading between this 45 and like 46.5. Bit of a tight spot, but the fact that we're above 45 here in the 15 minute looks like it may close bullish. I'm not loving that. I think what I'll do is if we come up and break this 15-minute high now. So the new hourly candle high. At that point, I'll manage my risk. As you can see, we're still respecting this area. But yeah, if we break that previous bullish 15-minute high, I think then there's a high probability that we continue moving up to the top of the range. And we don't know if we'll break up higher. Not really seeing that downside volume I wanted to see. Not seeing much volume at all.
So you bring your stop loss in there.
I'm not bringing my stop loss in. If we just break above 46.65, let's call it, I'll use that as a management point. So I'll close like 50%.
$46.6, just making 100% sure.
6.65. But I think what might make sense is to move the stop loss into above the previous 30-minute high. To 47.6, let's call it. Saves you about 9 pips or so. So yeah, I'm going to move my stop loss into above the previous 30-minute. At 47.6. Save a couple pips there. Previous 30-minute was bullish as well, so we don't want to see those highs being broken. Okay, so it looks like we are about to break that previous 15-minute high. Just tapping into it. Haven't broken yet here on my broker. As soon as we break 46.65, I'll close 50% of my position. I don't really understand this entry that you take on the 15-minute. I never took an entry on the 15-minute. I don't often use the 15-minute time frame for entries.
But you can't come in 2.5 hours late into the stream and then be like, oh, I don't understand this entry.
You can always go back to it.
rewind.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's all taken live, you know. I don't have a video on entries, but I've got hundreds of streams where I've taken entries like this. And you can go back to today's entry and see. Okay, so I'm going to close out 50% right here. Doesn't look great. In fact, I'm actually going to close out full, guys. Closed out full here at about negative 12 pips. Just didn't have that volume to continue on down. So look, if we do break above 1947.7 now, you could definitely see those bars playing out. You know, we've had this pullback that I was talking about. I was expecting us to come down to 1940. But, you know, it looks like we formed support here on the 30-minute. And then, like I say, we could potentially now have enough volume after that pullback to actually move up. So try to take advantage of the sells here. Understood that they would be short term. Had to manage risk there, keep the loss small. Didn't really play out the way I would like. But if you're waiting patiently for the buys, you know, that might pay off for you. Fortunately, I think that'll be my one trade for the day. We are still, you know, we still have very low volume here. And if we do respect the previous 30-minute highs, this position might still play out. But I'm not loving what I'm seeing here.
Don't play with your emotions, bro.
Yeah, look at this. Could still obviously play out if you know, kept that stop loss where it was. But just with such low volume, probabilities are lower. So I just wanted to keep my loss small here. But anyway, guys, I mean, overall, not the greatest volume today. So I'm probably going to call it a day here. GJ still respecting that area, but also just choppy. Very choppy. Alright, guys, thank you so much for joining today. That's going to be the stream. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining.
Oh, well. Cheers,
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, my guy.